What is going on, everyone? So I'm at a junkyard. It's called Valupart in Warren, Michigan, I believe. I'll put it in the video if I got it wrong. I got this 1990 Oldsmobile Toronado Trofeo. I'm going to be taking the front, just basically front headlight door here, and maybe some extra bits. And then I'm going to be taking the rear exhaust. I just got to figure out a way to jack up the car. This car is actually in pretty good condition. I mean, it's rusted out, that's for sure. But it's got all the interior components. No one has actually touched this car yet. I'm the first person to get at this. It's a non-Vic car. It's actually got a delete plate there, which is pretty neat. I might actually take that. And it's got a, well, I mean, it's dirty, but it's a nut crack-free center console, so I'm going to be taking that for my car. Well, overall, I mean, that's about it for what I'm going to be able to use on this car. It's got a black interior, of course. Reminds me of my 1991 Toronado that I had. Non-sunroof car. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. It's also got a very, very clean, I guess, antenna assembly. So I'm going to probably take that as well. Here's the exhaust tips. Pretty sweet. So this was cracked because of the front end collision here. I might actually check to see if that's actually broken because I need that for my car. But I'm going to remove this so I can get this headlight door out. I'm going to have to remove this and probably this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So I got the driver's side headlight door off. Not too difficult. I just ended up snapping the two things that held it on because I have replacement ones anyways, but it's all here, it's all complete. Next, I'm going to be taking off the exhaust down here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I cut off the exhaust piping here. You can see all the rust here that fell from the car. I cut the connector up here, and now I just got to go to the other side here and cut that off, and the exhaust system should fall down. That should be good to go. That's about a day or two later, and I got the exhaust put on. Had to take it to the shop because I just don't have a lift or anything to put it on. Did a pretty good job of it. It's a place called Supermax Auto Tire and Auto Repair Services. Go check them out. Their shop is at West Warren and Telegraph in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. This is what they did. The car sounds a lot quieter now, and they gave it just fantastic job. You know, exhaust pipes line up. This one's a little bit low because, well, while I was taking it out, I accidentally bent it, but this one here, perfect. So, really like the result, and if any one of you guys are in Michigan or just visiting, you need exhaust work, any vehicle work, make sure you stop by them. Start up the car. So this is what the exhaust sounds like now. You can probably hear the compressor for the leveling system, but this is what the exhaust sounds like. Nice and quiet now. Next thing to do on the Toronado is to put the speed sensor switch so I don't get any more speeding tickets for my speedometer being off. So we're going to be putting that in. It's going to be on the passenger side wheel. Got to get that off. But I'm using the jack for the Taurus because the wheel on this car had to be taken to the shop. So it just it blew out on me, actually. The belt shredded and all that, so I guess it's just from wear and tear over the years, and it just went out. So I'm gonna have to take the spare tire so I can get my jack back, and I have it in here. Took everything out of the trunk, including my tarp I have for storage. I'm just gonna take this off. Comes off really easily. Had to oil this. Well, what did I use? I think I used air coil, I think it's called. It's in the orange can. long stud for this. There we go. Set that off to the side. We got the jack. And then the spare tire. Alright. Well, I'm going to put the phone down so I can take this out. And then, yeah, I'll come back when it's on the car. Got the spare tire on. Going to be jacking it down here. This is just going to be temporary until I get the tire in the shop as soon as I get enough money. And, yeah, now I can use the jack for the Toronado. Excellent. Alright, for the speed sensor job, we need an impact, a ratchet with a 10mm socket, flat tip screwdriver, and a flashlight. Here's the speed sensor here with the bolt, and yeah, let's get started on this. Using the flat tip screwdriver, just go ahead and take off the dish, and you're going to have 5 bolts, or well, lug nuts I should say. And you're just going to set them inside that container so you don't lose them. So I'm going to go ahead and take all these off. Alright, I have the wheel off. It's also a good idea to check how much tire pressure you have in all your wheels since you're taking them off anyways. So I'm going to go check that out in a little bit. But I want to show off where the speed sensor is. It's right up on the trans. So if we take a look in here. Here, right there. Oop. See that little plug? That's it right there. So we're going to be disconnecting that and pulling it out. Well, here it is. This one here is the old one, and there's the new-ish one. Had to upgrade my ratchet to a 3/8 because the 1/4 inch just didn't have enough power to, or leverage I should say, to get it out. But got it out. Lost a bolt somewhere, so I'm going to have to find that. But yeah, we're going to be installing this. Pretty simple though. Maybe you can see here. Here, bring the light in. And trying to just get a good thing. Right there, you can sort of see that hole in the back there. Which is right there where I had the spotlight on now. There you go. That's where it's going to be going. The big hole is where the magnet goes into, and the small one is for the bolt. So I'm going to be putting that in. Pretty self-explanatory. Just the opposite of everything else. And yeah, we'll take this car for a test drive and see how well it does now. I'm just wrenching it in the last bits here. In order to actually put it in, which I'm finding here is that you actually have to wrench down the bolt in order to actually have the sensor go in, because it has a seal on it. So as the more and more I wrench here, the more and more it goes down. We're just about ready here. One more for good measure, just to make sure. Alright, there we go. It's all tightened down now. We shall now reconnect the sensor, which is right here. Through, and then oop, I don't think I was paying attention to the camera there, sorry if it's off kilter a little bit there for a second. Put it back in there. There we go. It's now plugged in. The wiring's all good to go, and now let's see how this thing drives. See if the speedometer actually reads correctly. Alright, I got all the tires all pumped up and ready, so let's go take it for a ride. Whenever I put on my seatbelt, I always think of like the Magic School Bus, like with Miss Frizzle. She's like, "Seatbelts, everyone! Seatbelts, everyone!" Yeah, it's pretty lame, but I don't know. So it just comes to mind. All right. So now we're gonna go ahead and test it. The speedometer would usually mess up on heavy acceleration. looks like it's doing just fine now. Hey, that's pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and head back. The road's all clear, so let's go take another test run. Woo! As you can see down there, speedometer's acting just fine. Also, I am having a little bit of trouble with this car now. Whenever I heavily accelerate and then lay off the accelerator, then the car likes to pull off to the right. I'm not sure what type of suspension component that is or what exactly, but it seems to do that quite a bit more often now. So I think I'm gonna have to get the car inspected. But as you can see now, even at low speeds here, the speedometer is acting normally and it's not spazzing out or anything. So it looks like this fix worked, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos to come.